Hello, welcome back. Hi. So I watched episode 3 and 4 of One Piece live action. We're back to discuss 2 episodes. Nice. Oh, there's one thing that I didn't mention in the previous video about how I didn't like Garp's voice. He has like a Irish accent. Yeah, Garp. It doesn't make sense because as we know, Garp and Luffy are related. So how can an island boy or be related to someone who is Irish? That doesn't make sense. Like, anyway, yeah. And there's been some theories about Luffy being Brazilian. So, like, how can your relative be of a different descent and then you're not like, you know? Because this is your grandpa, so it's like your dad's dad. So, I don't know. Anyway, but I really enjoyed this episode. So episode 3 and 4 was about Usopp, which was awesome, the backstory of Usopp, and to see young Usopp in the beginning, and then like everything is so accurate to the story of how they met Usopp and how they got going merry and so forth. Like, I just want to talk about in small details, especially the actor that acts as Usopp. The outfit is perfect, the bag is accurate, and the personality, he's exactly what Usopp is like in the anime. He just brought it to life, and I think he's perfect. I give 10 out of 10 for Usopp. He's one of the funniest characters in One Piece. And I don't know why people are like so upset about the actor choice of Usopp. He's perfect, and there's just no way that they could like bring that long nose of his to life in real life. Like, how would that work? You know, it would look so funny even if they try to do something with CGI so that he can have the long nose thing. But anyway, we're not gonna talk too much about that. But yeah, this episode was really exciting mainly because they're gonna get their ship, their very first ship as a Straw Hat crew, pirate crew. Yeah, and then the other thing I really appreciated and enjoyed is the actor for Kaya and for her butler. They look exactly like the animated versions of themselves. And a fun fact, I googled it, the actress for Kaya, she is actually a South African actress. So, what? That's awesome. Like, the one thing that I liked most about this series is that most of it was filmed here in Cape Town, South Africa. I live in Cape Town. I'm just like, what? That is so cool. And there's some South African actors and actresses in the series. So that is very cool. So yeah, obviously this episode was about meeting Usopp and then the story of Kaya and Captain Kuro, who was pretending to be a butler for Kaya. It was very, very cool. The actor for Captain Kuro, oh, wow, I was blown away. He did an amazing job. He was so badass. His acting and his voice and tone of voice was just, it was 10 out of 10, perfect. Like, oh my god. He was very sinister and his voice was just perfect for the character as well. And it's just like, this is exactly what it's like is in the anime. But yeah, you did a really, really good job. I especially love the gloves. They are furry, just like how they're supposed to be in the anime as well, and big and whatever. So the actor for Captain Kuro, he did a fantastic job, and I loved it throughout. He was super scary, super badass, very cool during the fight scenes especially. Like, damn. And then there's even that scene of he deleted Mary, the guy who's also a butler and he looks like a sheep person. Yeah. We still have a little bit of blood in these episodes. Even though we don't really see blood in the anime, there's a tiny bit of blood. But it doesn't make sense because when they get killed, it's just like, it just manifests itself. There's no blood like coming out when they stab somebody or slash somebody. It's just blood on the body. There's no like, that didn't make sense. But anyway, yeah. It was very, very good. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember everything that I wanted to say. Just bear with me. Yeah, I'm just obsessed by this actor, and like all the villains so far have been so good. Like, they've been doing such a good job, especially this guy, Captain Kuro. He was so awesome. And Like they were able to bring everything to life, especially his fighting style and how fast he is and so forth. It was just so good. Yeah. As always, I'm going to add like pictures and clips on the side. I'm going to try to not talk too much and drag it out and all of that stuff. But it was very sweet. I especially love the chemistry between Kaya and Usopp. That was very sweet. It's exactly from the anime style. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah. So then there was also a scene we finally got to see Captain Arlong. That one short clip where he's like asking Buggy about what happened with the map and so forth. Yeah, we finally got to see Arlong, like a little taste. He's so badass and gigantic because they're supposed to be bigger than the humans, and they just do such a good job at that. Like he looks huge. I'm still salty about the CGI for his nose. They could have done a better job at that. Maybe make it a little longer, or I don't know. I just know, like, his face, just the nose is not good. Does not look good for Arlong. But anyway, he made a really cool, badass entrance for his first scene, especially with the poster, and then he, like, slashed it with his nose. I don't know. I like that. That was cool for me. Yeah, and I just really enjoyed the character development with Luffy and his crew and how they're, like, creating their relationship and they're starting to trust Luffy and see that he's different. He's not just like any generic pirate. I like those subtle hints of growth there. That was very sweet. Because he's just different. He's not like every other evil pirate that's selfish and greedy. And I can see the development in his relationship with Nami and Zoro and so forth. Like, yeah. And then there's also that sweet moment where he made the flag for their boat. He painted the skull and his hat on and whatever. That was a very sweet moment. A very iconic moment in the anime. Like, yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I think I got most of it. Okay, yeah. See, I got most of it. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. Anyway, and then I also do enjoy the backstories for Zoro. That was very sweet. So I'm guessing everybody's going to get a backstory. We've done Usopp's backstory and now we've done Zoro's backstory. So now I think next episode is going to be Nami, I would assume. Yeah. But yeah, we got to see young Zoro. So cute. I'm just so impressed by McKenyu. I hope I'm saying his name right. That's the actor for Zoro, McKenyu. He's doing an absolute perfect job. He's so badass. I only wear black. I'll wear whatever is black. Ooh, so edgy. I enjoy that scene. He's so good. Especially Inaki. I hope I'm saying his name right. Inaki's doing a really, really good job as Luffy, especially in terms of the personality and always being hungry. And like, he's so good. I'm slowly warming up to the series because the acting is so good, and clearly I have a favorite, which is Luffy and Zoro's actors. So that is really good. And then and then the final boss fight scene was awesome. Like very, very cool. I'm shocked at how good it is, especially when Zoro has to fight. It was really cool. And Zoro had to fight Captain Kuro's crew, which was also very screen accurate if you look at the anime and then what they look like in the live action. Like, oh, the finer details are so important. I love it. Like, it's so sweet, so awesome, and yeah, I just love it. I love how badass the character is becoming, Luffy, and yeah, it was so good. And then for the final scene, it was so sweet. They finally got Going Merry, their very first ship. I love it. The only thing that I don't like about the ship is that the mouth is open. So it looks so weird. Like you could have just had the normal sheep head or whatever and then added the smile. You don't have to have an open mouth smile. That looks all freakish and weird. I don't know. It was a weird choice for the design of the ship, but it's okay. It was amazing. And one of the scenes that I enjoyed the most, one of the scenes that I enjoyed the most out of these 2 episodes. So when they finally got the ship, they actually played the theme song for the very first theme song of One Piece, which is called We Are. That's the very first iconic One Piece theme song, and they played it in the background when they got their ship, and I was like, oh, my childhood! I mentioned this in the previous video. I was hoping that like they would play some songs from the anime, and they did, and they used the original opening song, the very first opening song for One Piece, the one opening song that everybody knows, which is named We Are. And I was just like, this is perfect. I'm so happy. And then they had a sweet moment at the end where Usopp also made a flag for them, but obviously it was like in the design with like Usopp's, what do you call this thing that he was wearing? It's like, I don't know. It's like that weird scarf thing that you put on your head and wear like a hat. I don't know what you call it now. But anyway, he made a design that looks similar to his hat piece or whatever he wears. Yeah, and then they thought about that, and it was very funny and sweet and nostalgic, because that's literally what they're like in the anime as well. They're so silly and whatever, and then Nami and Zoro just laughing because of how stupid they are. I just love it. It was very, very awesome. Yeah. So I think my rating for these 2 episodes, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah. And I think I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 just because of the accuracy and just how cool it was and intense it was, and like, yeah, it kept you on edge, especially with the fight with Captain Kuro, and it made you like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? Especially for people who haven't watched the anime and are watching this live action, and people who don't know this anime, for them to watch it for the first time, it's like, okay, this is actually kind of good of representation of the anime. Yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys have watched the 3rd and 4th episode. Let me know what you think by commenting down below, and thank you for watching. Bye!